Hello, hello. Welcome to Growth Mindset and Fixed Mindset. I thought I'd have a little conversation with y'all. Try out this type of video. Anyways, what is a fixed mindset? What is a growth mindset? A fixed mindset is something that happens. Actually, I'm going to tell you a story. Alright, this is right from the book too. Link in the description for the book. I found it on Spotify for free, but anyways. I'm very passionate about this, alright. So imagine you are a college student, okay? You just took your midterm exam and you get the grade back, C minus. Boom. That's what you got on your midterm. And then you go check out your parking. Oh my gosh, parking ticket. You're like, damn, I got a parking ticket and a midterm. Okay, you call your friend. You're like, your best friend. You're like, you want to tell him a little something. Like, hey, here's what's been going on with me. And you kind of tell him that you got a C minus, and you tell him that you got a parking ticket, and they just they don't seem too interested. They kind of blow you off a little bit. Like, how would you react? Think about that. Okay, and now here's the answer. So fixed mindset is one way, and the growth mindset is another. So the fixed mindset is reacting like this. Okay, first of all, oh, I got a C minus. I suck at this class. I should drop out. Or man, maybe I can get a refund. Like, I'm failing. Like, I'm so bad at this class. Okay, and then the parking ticket, they're like, oh my gosh, and I got the parking ticket. Like, someone out there hates me. Like, this is just not my day. Like, I'm not, this is just so unlucky. And then on top of that, my friend is mad. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm so alone. Like, I'm so down. I'm failing. Like, just life is not going their way. It's like, how would you react? And, my answer would be smoke weed or whatever, right? Or drink for other people. Kind of fall into, vices. But it could also just be, a chill, normal thing. But the reaction is just kind of this god damn sort of feeling. Whereas growth mindset takes it for what it is, and it always sees it as an opportunity, and it makes it fun. Okay, you got a C minus, not fun, right? But okay, got a C minus. It's the midterm. Okay, the next, the final exam's coming up. I can study until then. I can get other things. I can do extra credit, try to bring my grade up, and I can learn from this by looking over the midterm and seeing what I got wrong. Thinking about what I did to study for this. Maybe I didn't study at all. Maybe I didn't get much sleep. Maybe I said I'd wing it and I felt confident, and I can prepare myself. Okay, the parking ticket, obviously. If it's bullshit, I'm going to contest it. And if it was valid, I need to be better about parking, because I got a parking ticket, right? I'll pay it quickly so I don't have any fines and it doesn't snowball. And then with my friend blowing off, if they're really my best friend, I'm going to talk to them. And if they really are not cool with communication, whatever, it's just not meant to be for the best friend. But there's probably a reason. They probably were just busy. Maybe they're doing something else. Maybe I called them at a bad time, but they still wanted to pick up to be there for me. Those are the growth mindset things. They're all looking towards a brighter future and using this present to do something with it, to be advancing forwards, to create your future, and not to believe that everything is just set and that you can't change anything about your life. That's why it's a fixed mindset, you're stuck. But the growth mindset's you can grow, and that shit is true to me. I really see the value in that. And one thing that's really fun about it is that means while you're learning, you're excited to learn. Because see, with a fixed mindset, learning is not so much something you're doing to do for yourself. It's something you're doing to prove to someone else. You're studying for a test so that you do well on the test, so that you can prove you're smart. And you get an A. Oh, great. In the next test, you got to prove again that you're smart. You know what I'm saying? But with a growth mindset, you just learn and you take the test, and oh, I didn't do very well. I gotta study more. I'll learn off the test. Blah 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 blah. But it's the pressure's not there anymore, because every failure is a chance to grow. With a fixed mindset, every failure defines you, so it makes you scared to take any risks. Would you like to risk a lot of things with a lot of failure and a lot of things that could go wrong? Or would you like to take the safe route? Work the 9 to 5 at a job you don't like and just keep working there, because that's safer than doing something you want to do. It's much safer to do what you don't want to do and not even risk failing and being a failure. But with a growth mindset, it's all just fun. You're growing, even if you're at the bottom, even if you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter because you're enjoying that time and you are growing towards something that you believe in. Because you believe in that growth towards it. And that growth is, it like, for me, it's music, right? I like music a lot, but it doesn't matter if I tried my very hardest in music for 10 years and it never panned out. Because, you know, on the 11th year, maybe it would. Or maybe I decide like, okay, you know what? I want to like shift my efforts into something else. If I was really giving it my 100% learning independently, you know what I mean? Trying to use my resources, trying to connect with people when I can, that sort of stuff translates. The effort you put in always gives itself back to you in one way or the other, I believe. It's like, even if it's not music, it could be something else. Or if it is music, then great, you know what I mean? Like, but with a fixed mindset, it's like you give up at day one and you're a zombie. And it, like, that doesn't do anything to benefit you. It just keeps you safer. Okay, so with all this in mind, growth mindset versus fixed mindset. And this is just my opinion, by the way. Check out the book. I really recommend it. I was thinking, how can I have a fixed, or what can I do? First step I thought was just to notice it in people I talk to and notice it in myself as best as I can, especially with other people though, because it's hard to notice it in yourself. Even when you notice it, it might not mean that you're actually doing anything about it. You might notice you have a fixed mindset and stay with a fixed mindset. Like, I feel like today was a great example. I was doing this thing, trying to have a growth mindset, but all day I was getting so angry, and it was like, I know I have a fixed mindset. How could I have a growth mindset and be getting angry, right? I don't know. But I did keep pushing, and by the end I was like, wow. I'm trying to kind of lock that in, but I got to figure that out on my own. But just noticing it is something that's interesting because I notice it in other people I care about. I would notice a fixed mindset, and it's just my opinion, right? But I'm like, oh, I want to like help. I want to like show them the growth mindset here instead of the fixed mindset because it'll just help them in so many ways, at least I think. But like what? I can't tell someone, hey, you have a fixed mindset and you need to have a growth mindset. I think that would really benefit you. It can come off super wrong. Some people I actually do say that for, and it's just like a fun conversation we're having, and like they know I've got like their best interests at heart. I'm not trying to like change them or something. I'm just trying to like trying to give them a soda on a nice hot day. You know what I'm saying? Ice soda on a hot day. Here you go. If you don't want it, okay, keep eating out. Maybe they want to be hot. Maybe they want to sweat. But maybe they're avoiding sugar, right? But it's like I want to offer. But if someone has a fixed mindset, and you see they've had a fixed mindset, and you want to help, I don't really know how to help without just like telling them stuff. And I think there's only so much I can do. And so the growth mindset there from like myself is to just like appreciate them for being who they are, and that I care about them and that we have a relationship, and just like accepting them for who they are and being like, well, maybe I'll try to like grow here and like teach myself how to like help them in like a respectful way. But at the end of the day, like I'm not them. I don't control their lives, and that's the beauty of like relationships, that we're all individual. And it just leaves me like trying to like do my best to help, but like if I can't, I'm okay with it. If I had a fixed mindset, I would help them, and if I couldn't help them, that would reflect on me, and so I'd be mad at them because now I'm a failure of a friend. But a growth mindset is sitting there and just like, I'm gonna try my best, but there's only so much I can do when I care about this person. I'm just gonna enjoy the time, which then gets me to the next point, which I thought would be beneficial if I just talk about out loud in this video. If you have someone who has a fixed mindset, who doesn't want to change, and you've done your very best, and you'll keep doing your best, but you like, there's only so much you can do with, and I don't want to be like pushing any of my ideas on them. I just gotta like accept them for who they are and appreciate their time. Then the next step of growth is to learn from them. Try to use them as an example of what I don't want to do, or patterns I can see in them that I could try to see in myself, that maybe I am like them in that way and I could change. And that becomes a very selfish growth mindset. So it shifts from just accepting this person and who they are and the bad things they do, and then just like taking all those things and using them for my own advantage, But it's really not that. See, this is where I'm conflicted. Is it that selfish to do? Isn't that just something to do? Is it more selfless to be upset at them for those things that they are? Or to ignore those things? Wouldn't it be best to just accept someone with everything they are and just interpret who they are in my own way and just like be like parts that I like and try to not to be like other parts? Like, is it really so selfish to say, okay, this person is the idiom of progress, not perfection. They want everything to be perfect and it's hindering themselves and the people they care about. So I can really remember their story and I cannot do that. Like, it feels selfish, but it's like, what else would I do? I can't be them or change the past or change how they've affected people. And I do my best to, kind of assist, show them something else, a different way of thinking. But I'm not going to push it on them, and I really can't do so much. So the growth mindset with those relationships is to accept them, learn from them and my own self, even as I continue to hang out with them, or even if I don't continue to hang out with them. And that's kind of an interesting point to end at, isn't it?